This is Suzanne back with a long-awaited part 2 to a journal. I guess I was going back through and making sure that I had done a flip through of all of my journals. And I realized that I never picked up. This is one that kind of ended abruptly. I think because the iPad that I was using or something turned off. And the very last thing I said is, I am a Tabasco sniffer. And I was like, oh gosh, that ends so abruptly. And then I never did part 2 of this journal. And I know Cassandra May is one of my dear friends that I know so many of you watch her journals, and people have wanted her to go back and even do flip throughs of her old journals. So sometimes we forget what we have, and I must say that due to some problems with chronic fatigue that I've been having, I haven't been journaling like I should. So I watch a lot of journaling, but I haven't been doing it, so I got a lot of catching up to do. But I wanted to pick up with part 2. This was just done in a leather-bound book, and I say that I'm going to decorate it, but I probably won't. The book is really full, but I ended on this very page where I just did a collage, and I love collages. Sometimes they can have rhyme and reason, sometimes they don't. A scripture or something from the Bible, because he lives, I can face tomorrow, an old song. My passion with chairs, I just love chairs. When I saw that bottle Tabasco, my daddy used to eat Tabasco on everything. And just as a little bitty girl, I can remember taking the top off and smelling it all the time because I just love to smell it. So we're going to pick up with part 2 of this journal, and I think I can get all of it in. This journal is from 2013. And let me just tell you, this card, a happy birthday card that I got from my husband in 2013. Would you believe he gave me the same card this year? I mean, what are the chances of that card still being printed also? But when he gave it to me, and ladies, this guy does not wait to the last minute and buy cards with ships on the front of it. That is an inside joke from my former life. Yes, I did receive a card with a ship on the front of it one time. No, I am not married to him any longer. But my hubby picks out cards and he pores over them. And he usually has them 2 to 3 weeks before any event. Much better at it than I am. But he bought me the same card this year. And I told him, I said, well, that just makes it special because that tells me once again that it meant a lot to you what was on the inside. And so here is another pretty card that he gave me for Valentine's that year. I have mentioned to you before that I like to, where some people may think it's kind of gruesome or morbid, I like to keep obituaries. And this guy was one of our coaches at the high school that I went to. This is my nephew and his boys. And a continuation, if you've watched my other flip throughs, you know that I have been doing a chronological study of the Bible. And this really is not chronological. This is just absolutely going through the Bible and breaking down like what each chapter means. And I was kind of doing this myself, but then I found a young man that was doing it, tweeting it every day. And so I am reading it, but I was taking the breakdown from him. And gosh, this shows you this is 2 years old and Reed is now 4.5. So you can see how little he was there. But I used a lot of pictures in it. This, oh my gosh. This was a wedding invitation that we received from a young lady at our church. Is this not the most gorgeous thing that you have ever seen? The invitation was actually on a handkerchief that you could even bring, you know, and of course this has got my address. This was the envelope that it came in. This was the RSVP, and the RSVP was wrapped up in the handkerchief. And I didn't send my RSVP because I didn't take it apart because it was so gorgeous. But her mother made all of these invitations. Look at the work in that. Is that not gorgeous? And then I put the napkin, the handkerchief in there to keep. Every bit of it. It was phenomenal. Just beautiful. That is a mother's love that would make that kind of stuff. And this is a continuation of Deuteronomy and then starting in Joshua here. This is a ticket where we went to see a Christian comedian at my daughter's church, Tim Hawkins. Let me just tell you, if you've never heard this guy, you need to go on YouTube and watch some of his YouTubes. That is the funniest man about church. I mean, just about life, but he even puts church situations into humor. This was a beautiful wedding invitation to my son-in-law's first cousin. They're like brothers and sisters, but this was her bridal tea. And this actually, Red is 2 years old, and this bridal tea was actually the day before Red was born. And look at my sweet little daughter. She was kind of miserable that day. I took some of old Rolodex cards. I'm not hiding these because actually these are friends that are deceased, and I had these in my Rolodex at work, and I just didn't want to get rid of them. I didn't want to get rid of them. And I was looking at my daughter that day walking from behind, and I was like, "Are you sure you're 9 months pregnant?" "Why, yes, you are." Just a cute picture of her. But this was the last day of her baby bump. And then, I think I've told y'all this before, but in case I haven't, on April the 15th, we had 2 babies born into our immediate family the same day. My husband's niece, she had her baby at 4:23 that morning. And this is Joshua continuing here. And, well, and I'll get over here and tell you, at that afternoon, we had our baby. So at the same hospital, right across the hall from each other, we had 2 babies born on the same day. And they were due a month apart. But God said, I think I'm going to make April 15th something more special than just tax day. I think I'm going to give y'all 2 blessings, and he did. But just going back, this is just a collage page, just things I like. And if you live in the South, you really understand this. It said, look, it pollened last night. We have so much pollen in the spring. And so it's like saying, look, it snowed last night. But instead we get to say, look, it pollened last night. So just a collage page here. And then before we get into, and I just did a big flip of pictures here. I don't do that as much anymore because I do a big hardback book. This is one of the small ones, and this is the very first one I ever did. But through blurb.com, blurb.com, I do a actual picture book of everything that we do all year long, and I journal in it a lot more now and keep it. So that's the reason I just put just a few pictures in my journals. But if you're interested in seeing any of my big books that I've done, I mean, it's all family pictures, but I could just do a little bit and let you see. And if you're interested in Blurb, just let me know and I'll give you some information on it. You can do books like that through Shutterfly, even through like Walgreens and Walmart, but Blurb is an international printing company and you get the most bang for your bucks. I do 12 by 12, kind of like the Becky Higgins concept now, except it's all printed and it's amazing. So, but anyway, I did put a lot of pictures in here, of course, because this was our second baby, grandbaby born, our sweet baby boy, absolutely perfect. And look at that mommy, makeup, earrings. She just has babies so easy. It's just such a blessing. But he was born at 3:12 in the afternoon. And so we had 2 babies born in the same day. And what a blessing. And there's Big Brother getting to see him. You know, these are just memories that our kids are going to look back at these books and see what their grandparents look like, what their parents, and like I said, I did a lot of pictures, just stacking them. because, and it makes the book really thick, but it's, I mean, for, you know, such an event as a new life coming in, it's worth it. This is just the breakdown of Joshua. And this is, I guess this was April the 16th. And Reed getting to spend some time with baby brother. This is back at the hospital. Okay, collages. I love them. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love them. I love making collages. There again, the only rhyme and reason to this is purple. And I love doing color collages. I know, as I mentioned, Cassandra May, she has changed hers up a little bit and is doing more collages. But I love doing color ones. And she is like me. She will do some of the others too. You know, I just think it's fun. I just think it's a form of expression for those of us who can't draw. And Cassandra can draw some, but I can't. My oldest brother, gifted, so gifted, and doesn't even use it. And I would love to be able to draw, but I can't. So putting collages together, I just love the way these eyes and that butterfly. And there's one person on, oh gosh, I can't remember her name right at the moment, but she does some awesome collages where she cuts and inserts and makes the wings on the women. And I know who she is just as well, but I can't think right now. Okay, just journaling. I think I journaled a good bit about how I felt that day. What a blessing. And these were some maternity pictures that my daughter had made before baby Rhett was born. And there's the other mother. So she both, these are cousins. This is my husband's niece, and this is our daughter, and this is our other niece. She's in school to be a vet at Mississippi State University. So anyway, but these two had babies on the same day, due a month apart. There they are, Presley and Rhett. So they were due a month apart and ended up on the same day. And Holly, we call her Hollybug, Holly, she had said, we're having our babies the same day. And I'm like, no, you're not. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. This is the day when he got to come home. So I used a lot of pictures through this, a lot. This is just a sweet, sweet note that I found at my front door. There's a young couple that lives past us, and we had a sofa and love seat downstairs that we were not using, and I stopped. They were just gotten married, and I stopped and asked them if they could use it, and they were like, yes, because they had bought one. It was very uncomfortable, and so we gave it to them, and they just wrote us. She just wrote me a note and told me how thankful she was for it. So this is a baby shower announcement. This is another obituary of a young lady that I absolutely just loved. She grew up in our church, and I taught her piano when she was a little girl, and she had just been very sick. And this picture was actually made, like, I think the day before she passed away with her son. He was going to the prom. So just sweet memories of sweet Deanna. All right, got into the book of Judges in the Bible. Just a collage page, some pictures, kindergarten graduation. And while baby boy had just gotten home, we took Reed and took him to an outdoor festival and spent the day with him so he wouldn't feel, you know, neglected with new brother getting all the attention. So, okay, guess what this is? Yes, it's a blue collage. Isn't that awesome? I just love the colors. Love the colors. Judges, continued. This was their first family picture they had made together. How awesome is that? I love it. I love it. Young couple getting married. That's friends. That's their, that was actually their save the date card. So, Just a beautiful picture I liked. Ruth, and I think I left some pages to finish up there on that. This is kind of a collage page too, but then it's got pictures of my baby in there. Thing of a quilt that I bought him. Oh, that little picture has fallen down. Yeah, I need to re-glue that. That's my sweetness. He's big old boy now. And I've told y'all before how I love doors. And then I just combined those colors with this and made a collage with it. Just real random. Sometimes. I just think sometimes if we just cut out things that we like and it makes us smile, and like I said, just put color combinations together, just putting some stickers with it and stuff like that. It's just artwork for those of us who are not just gifted from God with the ability to draw. And I so promise you, I told a lady in one of my last videos, I'm going to show y'all how to make these small pictures very, very affordable. And I will try to get that up very soon. But there is a way. I know a lot of y'all have the special little cameras, oh God, I can't think of the name of them. Something. Anyway, and you have little printers too that make little pictures. But I'm going to teach you how to do this very affordable through Walgreens. So I will try to get that video up next week. I promise. Oh, this was just something, yeah, I was going to write in here. And this is just my pictures. And I even just did a collage of them. These are my flowers outside. They did really good that year. I've not done quite as good this year, but we had a frost come through kind of late, so I'm finishing up here. And this was our graduation at the college. There I am in the middle walking, and this is some of the instructors. And of course, this was 2013, and we just had graduation this past week, and for the first time in 21 years, I didn't walk. But my husband did, because he is the director of IT, so he walked. So these are just some good friends of mine from the college. So I walked for many years in the graduations, and I have to say, he said, "Are you going to graduation with me tonight?" And I was like, no. 20-something years of walking, I did my time. So this is some of my kids from church and some that I had worked with at the college as they graduated. And I know she's going on, she's teaching and coaching now, and I know she's in the master's program now. So just a little country church. I love pictures of church, and this is one that we had made up close to our house. So I believe that's the end of it there. It is. Had just a few pages. But as you can see, the book is very, very thick. Very thick. But this is from March to May of 2013. So you can see how actively I was journaling then, and I have so got to get back. Journaling, scrapping, all of it together. I like keeping it in one place. I'm just so funny about certain things, like when I get save the date cards, and when I get, things like this, even really cute baby shower invitations. I want to keep them. And there's no better place to keep them than in your journal, because then you can close it up. You can label it. You can, I'm really thinking about collaging this and putting a title on it and everything. And it's really thick, but it's really held up well too. It's pulled a little bit, but I knew I had to stop when I did and get it finished because it was so thick. So yeah, this is late, late in coming, but hey, better late than never, right? I love looking at flip throughs no matter when a person does it. So I hope you enjoy it. I will be going back through the rest of mine and making sure that I've posted all of them. But until the next video, y'all have a great week, and I'll be back with you with a new video. And I will work really hard to get that video up to show you how to print those small pictures very inexpensively. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.